Ray, there's the lightning flash of Vальекано, the team from the Vallecas, which is one of the working class districts of Madrid. They've been in the top division now. This is their 5th season up. The best they've finished is 8th. And Paco Jiménez wasn't the man who got them up, but he took over shortly afterwards and has done a terrific job, really, of keeping a small club with a small budget in the top division. I often wonder whether they are going to press on. They don't seem able to sustain improvement, and it is pretty much season on season a matter of staying up, whereas Deportivo have become a yo-yo club. A couple of promotions, a couple of relegations in recent seasons. Last year they stayed up by a couple of places, but they were on the same points as the team that finished 18th. And their coach Victor Sanchez is a top quality player. Wasn't the man who got when he was a younger man. Took over at the end of that season, got a few draws, kept them up. Is Bebe on the attack? Right start by Raya Vальекано. Lucas Perez trying to play off the shoulder of the defenders. Chito, who's converted to being a defender these days. For a long time he's been the right back at Raya Vальекano, and with 13 goals this season, Terry is a player who's caught the eye, isn't he, Lucas Perez?
He certainly is. Goal against Valencia last time out for Deportivo. Really important player, but Deportivo, it's clear to see how they've improved. They've bought and signed better players, better quality. As you said, they've been the draw specialists. Raya Vальекano had their quota of draws for the season, which is 4, which is what's happened in the last 2 seasons. I'm not expecting a draw this evening. I'm expecting both teams to be going flat out for the win.
There is Lucas up front on his own. It's Luis Alberto, who's still on loan from Liverpool, who plays just off him. A lot of money for him. He's one of their transfer committee signings. Luis Alberto, that's canny. Hugely experienced, former Villarreal player. So there was one change, wasn't there, to their starting lineup for Deportivo. Manu Fernandez is in for Lux, who had played every minute. The goalkeeper, but suspended early in the season, isn't it, for a goalkeeper to pick up 5 yellow cards? That's why there's so many draws, because the goalkeeper wastes so much time. Fagio has managed to get this through to Lucas. He's a hard-working player. He's trying to release the attacking midfield player again. Last touch there off Fagio, and now to play for throw to Raya Vальекano. Rivas with the clearance there. He's a former Rayo player. It's part of their promotion campaign. Manu Fernandez comes and kicks it long. And here's Juan Carlos, who's kept his place in the Rayo team. Some shaky performances. Manu Fernandez, 4th goalkeeper, or one of 4 goalkeepers at the club. 2 of them have got long-term injuries. And he's just got the nod over Yoel. It's controlled by Bebe. Diego Llorente playing in the midfield again, a central defender really when he's signed. He's offside here surely. Miku.
Steady start from Raya Vальекano, keeping possession of the ball. The pass is delayed and the forward Miku cannot just hold on to his movement. To an offside position.
First goal in 9 games this season, last week against Celta, mainly as a sub. He's got a run though, and he's keeping Javi Guerra and Benito for that matter out to the team. Little foul there on Josebet by Cani. Sort of flanks, isn't he, from what he usually does with Fagio. Lucas will chase this one down. Makes life difficult for defenders by his willingness to run and his ability to run at speed as well. Fagio then comes into the challenge. Raya Vальекano get it away. Here's Bebe. Looking for the shot here, Bebe. That was ambitious.
Some power behind the effort. It didn't appear as if it might have been on target. A slight delay there in the attacking midfield players for Deportivo to get forward and support Lucas Perez, who was looking for players to cut the ball back to. Appeared to easily have the pace to outstrip the Raiо defence, which will be a worry.
He's come on a long journey to finally sign for his hometown club, Lucas Perez. Nice movement again from Azevedo. Slightly too early. Nacho looked a long way forward.
22 players offside, but he's the player that does receive the ball. Knocks the teammate for an attempt at goal.
Paco Gémez is a former Deportivo player, former Spanish international defender. Always think there's an irony about him having been a defender when Rayo Valllecano once again have got the worst defence in La Liga. Miku caught, no foul. Here's Sydney. And one of the star performers this season for Deportivo La Coruña, the Brazilian defender. That's not a bad pass either for Lucas to chase. Luis Alberto for Cani, the veteran. How's he going? Nowhere fast. Another veteran at left back, isn't it? Fernando Navarro. They've signed a bit of experience to their team.
Yeah, they have. And Cani just dwelt on the ball a little bit too long there. It was a good, fast attack from Deport. All down the channel. Lucas Perez is something that Rayo are going to have to watch out. He's clearly looking at running behind and feels and appears to be much quicker than, say, Castro and Tito.
Deportivo, the players pushed right up the pitch against Rayo Valllecano. Their determination to play from the back could describe as admirable. You could describe as stubborn sometimes. That's Kini's header, the right back. Trasuras, on average, the oldest squad in La Liga, Rayo Valllecano. Re-signing Pitti and signing Itura will add to that a little bit as well. And a couple of players with a few miles on the clock. Here's Pablo Hernandez. And a break from Kini, the right back. He slips as he plays it in, but it's good enough, and it's a goal from Miku. Well, they do have a tendency to score early, Rayo Valllecano. And with a decisive break down that right flank, Miku had the relatively simple finish, and Rayo have hit the lead.
It's been a courageous start from Rayo Valllecano away from home, boosted by a really good win last week. They stick to their principles. They play out the back. They look to try and keep possession. Excellent movement, allows the full-back to get forward. Cuts it back from the byline across the 6-yard box. Arribas complained to the referee that he felt just slightly barged off the wall by Miku. There's no way that should happen. The central defender has to be stronger. As Queenie does really well, gets there. Not only gets there, but manages to pick out a teammate who's making that exactly the right type of run. Across the 6-yard box, across the defender. Chance for the goalkeeper to react.
In fact, it happened twice. Rivas were knocked off the ball by their opponents. Early setback then for Deportivo.
Фажер выполняет подачу. Арибас пришел исправляться за то, что упустил Мику, собственный штрафной, когда Райо Вальекано открывал счет. Но бил не точно головой. Алехандро Арибас. Нельзя сказать, что Райо пока вынуждены были возвращать, потому что Депортиво вынуждены были возвращать, потому что
Всем привет! Очередной видеообзор, посвященный прогнозам на футбол. Сегодня понедельник, ставить особо не на что, но выбрал я, на мой взгляд, две валуйные ставочки. Обе на матч Депортиво. Тотал больше 2,5 за 1,91. Вторая ставочка на угловую.
a keen watcher of Deportivo, then Haris Meronianin has moved on as well in the last couple of days. He's gone to Maccabi Tel Aviv, former Real Madrid and Deportivo player.
Isn't he an important player? And you have to weigh that up against the, I guess, financially probably a better deal at Valencia. I'm not sure it would have been significantly better. You never know whether you're going to be playing on a regular basis at Valencia, so I can understand why he's elected at this moment in time anyway, mid-season, to stay put.
Well, something when I first saw it, I thought it was pretty, wouldn't it? Disappointment for Juan Fran, who is on loan from Watford. Not that he didn't know much about it, because he was on loan from Betis last season at Deport. So his parent club has changed, but his playing club hasn't. Defender turned midfielder on loan from Real Madrid. Good idea, played first time by Trashoras for Miku. Here's Fernando Navarro, long-term Sevilla player. On Luis Alberto has released Lucas here. He's got the pace to get in on goal. Has he got the finish? Oh yes, you bet he has. Lucas Perez leaps in front of goal again. 14 for the season. He's been threatening that Rayo Vallecano back line. They didn't have the pace to deal with him.
Some transfer mate. I had no doubt that he was going to score there when he was through. Particularly position it was in, being a left-footed player. So he just makes his way back gently into an onside position. I cannot for the life of me understand why Rayo Vallecano are not paying attention to the most likely scorer of a goal for Deportivo. Talking about breaking down packed defences, he's got half a pitch to run into, unopposed. Takes the first touch, sets himself up to cut inside, opens his body up.
Perez
Comfortably rolled it past the goalkeeper. No doubt he was going to score there when he was through. Such has been his progress. I never doubted 1 second that would be anything else but the equaliser for Deport. Likely scorer of a goal for Deportivo.
Defending to do straight up the other end for his teammates. Scored a few goals, didn't he? Because he came initially on loan from Count Salonika, the Greek team, having initially been an Atletico Madrid youth team player. Then he played a few games for Rayo Vallecano, actually, and played in Rayo's B team. Then he went to Ukraine, then Greece. Then he came back to Deportivo, and he is from La Coruña, so he's back home. There's Cani looking for him again. And last season, in that loan spell, he looked like he had the makings of a good player, didn't he? There were little flashes of it, and this season he really is delivering.
Yeah, got off to a good start, and his confidence has just grown and grown. Has to be a genuine contender now for the European Championship squad for Spain. Look at his age, just 27. He's mobile, he's aggressive, he's strong, really quick, and shown this year. He's a really good finisher. the squad, isn't it, that Del Bosque has got one or two issues about. Choice of about 3 or 4 regulars that he tends to stick with, and then another 3 or 4 that are really pushing mistaken acclaim through their league form, club form. Lucas Perez is exactly one of those.
Raya.
Certainly is an issue, isn't it, for Del Bosque? When you see some of these players like Adares, Lucas Perez, Borja Baston, who I think is a real outsider since his first season in top flight. All scoring more goals than the Alcacer, Diego Costa. Alvaro Morata has not been prolific this season for Juventus.
And he doesn't have many games either, does he? That's the difficulty, isn't it, for an international manager now? The change of form between the end of the qualifiers and the start of the tournament. It's a long old gap, isn't it, in which for players to lose form and gain form. Oh, and now putting himself in terrible trouble. It's going to be a tap-in. Well, can you believe they've done that? Josebet with a tap-in. And Deportivo La Coruña have done a Rayo Valllecano there, haven't they? Played themselves into terrible trouble. And it's the substitute goalkeeper, Manu Fernandez, in the team for his first match of the season. Well, there's an interesting reaction here, isn't there, from the Deportivo supporters to try and get behind their players. Josebet's been in great form this season. He didn't need to be to score that one.
No, it's just a really good play from his teammate who supplies him with an unselfish pass. It's a close one, isn't it? Is he level with the ball? Is he offside when Miku makes the pass? Unselfish play from a striker. The centre forward has already got 1 goal. It was the right choice to square the ball for an obvious goal and an obvious easier attempt for Josebet. Fernandez makes a real howl up, as you said. It's a Rayo Valllecano type of mistake. Josebet grateful for the gift, and so are Rayo Valllecano, just as Depo were back at level terms and looking the better team. Right, hit back to take the lead again.
So Depo going to do it all over again.
It's all well and good playing out the back, and that wasn't exactly entirely the wrong decision. It was just a poor pass. It's a bit hesitant, a bit nervous on delivering the pass, and it went straight to the Miku.
Here's Cani.
It's not unusual, is it, to see goals in a game where Rayo Valllecano are playing. It's taken the lead now. It's
rare for them scoring to finish this early in one of their games. They do have a good record of early goals, as I said, when they took the lead in the 8th minute, a couple of goals then in the first 25 for them. I can't remember the last time I watched a Rayo Valllecano game and it wasn't interesting or bizarre in some kind of way.
Different. It's a good description for Rayo.
Again, effectively closed down quickly by Depo.
It's so wrong by Valllecano. They're playing it to a teammate who's going to be pressed by 3 players. They're using a goalkeeper that doesn't look particularly comfortable with the ball at his feet. You have to admire their principles to a degree.
Onside, maybe. Oh, it's a great delivery. It threatened to be. Manu's taken it well. Another good reaction of the supporters. I've got the feeling we're rallying round him after the initial shock of his mistake that led to the goal.
Definitely backing their goalkeeper. Nothing to be gained from getting on his back, is there, this early in the game? But is an interesting technique at sometimes, whether it's shooting or crossing. Doesn't appear as if he's putting much power behind it, but does get the movement and the power. Very little back lift, hits it with the laces.
He's a massive man, isn't he, Pepe, for a winger, 6'3" and broad and strong. Here he is again. Hugely inconsistent. Of course, former Manchester United man, briefly anyway. Nacho. Mozabert looking for Pablo Hernandez. Shortasu recycles the possession so often. The Castro, the former Deport defender. Kini. Navarro. Luis Alberto. Alex Bergantinos has made the break through the middle. See what he was trying to do. Spin that into the path of Fascia.
Such a good game to watch because it's end to end. Raiо making no concessions to the fact that they've twice taken the lead, looking to defend the lead, looking to go on and score a third goal, just leaving it open for the home team to play on the counter-attack. Plenty of space in midfield, both teams looking similarly to play the ball out the back.
Very sensitive on the subject of goalkeeper time wasting, aren't they, Deportivo? Didn't take out much time over that, did he, Juan Carlos?
It's 28 minutes gone. It's a fair old attempt at time wasting if you're doing it this early in the game.
There's Manu. And this time, he swings a boot through it. Yeah, that's the reason that teams play from the back, isn't it? Because if you kick it long, it's just a 50-50 at best, isn't it? So it's the principle behind retaining possession, isn't it, and playing out. Just got to get it right.
Yeah, I think Raiо, they've got Miku up front, who's slightly bigger than Lucas Perez. So for both teams, it doesn't suit hurling the ball forward from deep and looking for a big centre forward to hold off the two central defenders, knock the ball down to a teammate. So I think it suits both teams to try and play through midfield.
Giving it away to Juan Fran. And a chance for Fascia this time to come through the middle. Now Cani. Oh, it's cleared only as far as Bergantinos changed his mind halfway through the process of shooting, I think.
There's been a couple of errors in the last couple of attacks which could have been profitable for Deport. He's getting in the right positions on a couple of occasions now. Put the clock on that next one, aren't we? See if he is taking his time or whether the home supporters are just doing their job, ramping up the pressure on the referee.
Slung forward this time, and Miku will chase it down as Manu, the goalkeeper, keeps that out of play. Round of applause from his coach. That's typical view there of Paco Gémez, isn't it? Directing the troops.
He's got Bond villain tonight, doesn't he? Dressed in black and the glasses, the gloves.
Linked with a couple of English clubs last year. often linked with big jobs when they come up. No one's yet dared to appoint him. There'd be no point sacking him a month or two in if the results were bad, would they? It would take time to get used to the Paco Gémez way for any new club.
He makes the decision every summer. The decision is his, isn't it? If he stays for another season at Raiо. He's been under pressure this season. Quite rightly, the club have showed faith in him. I think they genuinely know he represents the best chance of staying in this division.
Here's Lucas again. I think he just slipped. He says he was dragged by De Castro. De Castro said he's trying to win a penalty unfairly. I think the referee, if he's not sure, is entitled to make no decision. There's a bit of pulling going on.
Yeah, there is, but not enough for the penalty. I think the fact Lucas Perez falls in that direction as well, he does lose his footing slightly. But I think as much as Castro was holding on to him, there was a fair little bit of hands against Castro from Lucas Perez as well. I'm not so sure that would have been given a foul. It's one of those where you say, if that had happened outside the box, it might have been given as a foul. Not so sure that even that was the case on that one.
Fajr regains his footing and finds Juan Fran. Bergantinos to Fajr again, the Morocco international. Arribas. Sydney, we haven't seen his willingness to burst forward yet, which we usually see a couple of times in a game. Cani to Lucas. Pedro Mosquera takes it on. Mosquera and this man Fajr both came from demoted Elche last season on free transfers. Good bit of business. Not from Elche's point of view, of course. Cani's down. Rayo Valllecano counter-attacking. With Josebed's score of the second goal. Not anymore. Here's Alberto. And the referee brings it back for the earlier foul. Free kick taker is offside, isn't it? Plenty of work for the officials to do here.
The referee tempted to play the advantage and was quite right to award the free kick to Deport. Quick thinking from both the players involved there. It was the right decision. Lucas Perez just went a fraction too early. It wasn't great defending from Raiо. They just about got away with that again. They did switch off. It was certainly more luck than judgment that Perez was offside.
Strong challenge by Bergantinos, and here is Lucas Perez again. He's got plenty of support, including Fajr. Great chance! And wide. He really didn't catch it properly at all.
There's a grimace there from Fajr because he knows he completely hits this. Really good opportunity. Decisive quick play. Defenders have gone missing again, just two-man defence for Rayo Valllecano. Players rushing it back to help. Not quick enough. Maybe just a slight deflection off of Nacho. Certainly wasn't the type of finish intended from Fajr.
It's just out of play. Unlucky for Pablo Hernandez because he played the ball inside quickly. And two balls on the pitch.
I'm not so sure why the players complain. They're oblivious to the laws sometimes, don't they? If there's two balls on the pitch, the referee is it's exactly correct to stop the game. Frustrating because you're losing. And you want to get the game going again. It's been a good game, isn't it? Was looking forward to it. 3 goals in the opening 35 minutes. The promise that we might see. We're going to see lots more chances created. I love the fact the Ryan fullbacks do push forward as much as they do, but at times it is just the two-man defence, isn't it? So Castro and Tito, just the two defenders back. We saw with a goal, the equaliser from Lucas Perez before Rayо got their second. In half a pitch, we know what position to run into. Just needs a slight tinker, doesn't it, from Paco Gemes to be a little bit more realistic in terms of the style of play.
Good skill by Pablo Hernandez, former Spain midfield player, former Swansea player. Ozabed, back to Kini. Juanfran hasn't cleared it that far. Faja helps it on. Lucas Perez able to bring it down. A little bit of holding going on by Tito, taking the free kick. Navarro, 15 metres away from the foul.
And they're going to get angry with the referee, but it's just, you can't do that. Fernando Navarro waving his arms about, shaking his head at the referee. Footballers, eh?
Castro to Pablo Hernandez. It's a clever challenge by Trashoras. They come away with the ball here. Ozabed to Pablo. Trashoras won't have the pace to beat Sydney. Miku working hard, forcing the goalkeeper into a hurried clearance. Llorente, definitely a central defender playing in midfield, giving it away again. Here comes Sydney. And off he goes, Cani. Trying to thread that through. Very narrow corridor. Navarro to Faja, to Mosquera. I appreciate the one-touch stuff, Deportivo supporters. Skill by Juanfran. Diego Llorente with the first header. There's Mosquera. There goes Navarro with a good run behind for Cani. This was just overcomplicated from Cani to try and get it back to Fernando Navarro. Faja, he's just bumped into the back there by Diego Llorente. No foul. Hugely exciting teams, Deport in the 90s and into the early 2000s. Champions just once, runners-up a staggering 5 times in that period. Copa del Rey winners when Paco Gemes was with them. Spending beyond their means, which came back to bite them. In reality, struck a few years later. Strong play by Trashoras. Ozabed again to the veteran, Trashoras. And now Pablo Hernandez. Important block there by Navarro.
Good flow to the game, excellent flow. Just before half-time. Teams enjoying good spells of possession. Looking to attack, obviously, as you can see from Deport to get the equaliser. Rayo continue to look for the third goal.
Trashoras digs out across. Here's a chance for Bebe. You know he'll take it on if he's got a possibility of shooting. There's Alberto, a little shove there, wasn't he, by De Castro?
It looked an obvious early shove as well, didn't it, before the ball reached the 2.
That's Tito with the header away. Faja, nice touch to Luis Alberto. Tried to go the difficult way, didn't he? There was a mass of Rayo players back in the centre of the defence. Nacho was just a bit of forward to Ozabed, Trashoras, Bebe. Plenty of room. It's a corner.
Now they're doing the time wasting at a corner. They're not obliged to rush every set piece, are they? Vальекano, irrespective of the scoreline.
Soros. Wasn't a bad ball in actually, Mosquera's header. Here's Alberto. Pablo, last man. It's a good effort by Deportivo's players to get up, put the pressure on. And then they're able to catch Miku offside. A bit too keen with those balls, aren't they? The ball boys chipping two on at the same time again. And Lucas is carried on his run. Chases locks down. They're not blessed with pace, are they, across that back line? Vальекano. Make it easy for themselves. Poor touch by Llorens actually turned into some decent play in the midfield. Here he goes again. Thumping tackle by Fasher. Well read by Pablo and strongly done. Possession changing hands so quickly between the two. Both look to get players forward at every opportunity. Here's Kini again, the right back. Miku can keep this in. And Pablo. Miku again, lovely little chip ball for Pablo Hernandez. First touch wasn't bad. And the rebats away. Navarro caught by Miku.
Well done to Bergantinos. Made the run back to track. Runner Pablo Hernandez, midfield player. Plenty endeavour in terms of getting forward and getting back as well. Coming together against Fernando Navarro. Yeah, he picked up a knock himself there.
Touches it on to Juan Prat. Tito cleared. Won't be much added time at the end of the first half, despite all this terrible time wasting.
I was going to say that. Despite the demands of the home fans. I think because there's about 50 balls around the edge of the pitch with 50 ball boys, that they expect it to be like constant open play.
Like a five-a-side match with ball bouncing off the wall. Bang on the 45 minutes. The referee blows his whistle, brings the end to an end. A really entertaining first half. Miku with the opening goal for Raiо.
Wander ville lava խաղում գնաց արա իբրա այսօր կորցրած իր համապատասխան վայրը վազում է եսիմուր փորձ իբրա կավանին գարապոկվել էր կավանին հենայինը Davay, խլի դրանից այդ համբալից Կերա ոտը մաքսվել է դրան մատուիդի մոխանցում
they could have had a
Փոխանցում դեպի Իբրայի արագությունը չի հերիքում, բայց խլում էր ստեղ Իբրան։
Second half for Deportivo fairly turned that and just wide of the goal post.
Արա դե շան զավակին է։ Ինքը ուրիշ տակտիկա է խաղում։ Ես երկու հարցակվող եմ խաղում, ինքը 3 հարցակվող է խաղում։ Չի ստացվում, վատ չի պաշտպանվում։ Շան զավակը այս խաղացողին նկատի չունի, ֆուտբոլիստին։
Shouldn't have taken him by surprise because
Բանի մեջ, խաղի մեջ, ոչ թե իրական այդենց մանրացա էլի։ Մտածեք ինչ-որ մեկին ուզում են վիրավորեն, ֆուտբոլիստ կլինի, ինչ կլինի, մարդ է հիմա։ Գնաց Մատուիդի 1-0, այո, Մատուիդի։ Գերջան որ ստե
Sydney Clax at the free kick. Miku standing in his way.
Հələ տեսեք ինչ փապուկ է գնում։ Առանց կախել, առանց բան։
Very alert, watching any hints of time wasting out.
Գնաց։ Ավայ գնա Կավանի, ինչ գրող էր։ Պադա չենք անում Կավանի վրա գլխին չգնաց։ Պսը չոսես արե, այո, այո։ Մնաց մատ ջոգինգ լավ սթրիմները, նորմալ սթրիմ անելու ձևը տարգնդակը դրանից փոխանցում Վանդերվիլին, փոխանցում Մատուիդին։
change of player for Raiyo. Response, I would imagine, from Paco Jimenez to the way that Deportivo are approaching the second half.
Well, Vallekano, isn't it? A defensive midfield player.
Keep an eye if anyone is hobbling, feeling a problem.
Ribas is Lucas Perez. Mosquera. Cani. Oh, lovely play again from Deportivo. Stabbed away by Zé Castro. Luis Alberto turns, hits it on the turn into the side netting.
Well, the crowd have been good the whole of the game. You heard them getting behind the goalkeeper that made the mistake for the second goal of Raiyo.
Nacho coming off the left back. We've seen
Llorente could go and play in the back, couldn't he, somewhere?
Yeah, and Tito maybe at left back. In a sense, he's got two players out of position in the starting line, hasn't he? Because Llorente is a defender playing in midfield, and Tito's a right back playing centre back. And hit it on the turn into the side netting. I'll be asking for a little bit of explanation there. Nacho hasn't been great, to be fair to Paco Jimenez. Foul, free kick. Deport. But we've also seen at times him really change the formation, haven't we, and go to 3 at the back.
Well, 3 is more than they normally have, so...
Diego Llorente has gone back into the back line. He's on loan from Real Madrid. He's a 22-year-old. He's the kind of player who might benefit from the Real Madrid transfer ban, if and when that starts.
I certainly think the young players do benefit from going out on loan and playing in the top flight, especially if they can get that opportunity. It benefits from playing at Vальекano as well.
A bit of explanation there.
Saul was at Atletico, really did benefit, didn't he, from playing in the team that's not your usual run-of-the-mill style team. He played at midfield, he played at centre-back. Enhanced his career and he's gone on from strength to strength. And hopefully for Diego Llorente, a similar story will unfold.
Yeah, there is no such thing as a comfort zone when you're playing at Vallekano. He's the kind of player who might benefit from the Real Madrid transfer ban. if and when. Seems everything is done at full stretch. Given away by Bebe. Juan Fran in, header by Zé Castro. Faja scored that brilliant goal right at the start of the second half. Mosquera to Fernando Navarro. Now Cani. Doesn't hold back from an ambitious pass, does he, Cani? He tries to slip it through the tightest of gaps at times. Navarro.
Midfield, he played at centre back.
Pablo Hernandez.
And then it's the type of league which allows for a player like Cani to still have an impact on games at the age of 34, where the type of player that's good pass to the ball, but been blessed with blistering pace. Enough coaches and managers in this division still believe in the virtue of keeping possession, keeping things nice and simple. He was the perfect fit for Villarreal, wasn't he, at his peak? Alongside Bruno Soriano in midfield, it was a good combination.
Good strength there by Juan Fran to win that, keep his balance. Well, you'd forgive Deport for a little drop off in pace now, wouldn't you, the way they started this second half.
Whether Paco is tempted to swap Bebe wings with Pablo Hernandez. Bebe is a fast player, but he's up against the fastest defender in the back four of Deport, against Juan Fran. Juan Fran is on the offensive, and that's where Bebe is picking up most of his possession now, in that left back area where he's tracking the run of Juan Fran. There might be more use going forward and playing on the other side against Fernando Navarro.
The Rivas wanted a free kick, Hozebeg wanted to throw, neither get their wish. Compromise decision that from the ref, isn't it? There's Bebe, one touch beyond Juan Fran. Rivas goes across. It's good work by the central defender, Bebe. Well, he's saying he's just stronger there than Juan Fran. Us coming off. The man that pulls the strings in the midfield, the captain. Going over to Tito. An interesting change, Vальекано. Striker coming on for Raiо Vальекano. Top scorer. Vальекano, good goal scorer in certainly the second half of his career, except the spell when he went to Cardiff, didn't play, didn't succeed. Probably the most profitable time of his career in terms of wages, the least profitable in terms of goals.
He's certainly been proactive, hasn't he, Paco Gemes, in terms of both changes, and not the type where you believe he's looking just to hold on to what they've got. Attacking changes in an attempt to get all 3 points, tighten things up at the back and change around in midfield, with Vальекano now in the central midfield area. Guerra, you imagine playing up alongside Miku.
Llorente took a blow to the face, the back of the head of Lucas by the looks of it. Right by the penalty spot. That's it.
It's just an accidental collision, is it? Both players pick up the knock.
His teeth went in the back of Lucas's head.
So Jozabed is going to have to drop back into midfield, and I think it's going to be Hernandez or Bebo looking for a partner to go alongside Vальекано. Back four, one midfield player and five attackers now for Paco Gémez in an attempt to get back on in front after that spectacular goal from Faisal Fajr.
Third of the season, his first though since the beginning of October. His brief career in Spain, he's got a good record against Vальекano, played 3-1-3 this season with Elche. Bit of blood there, isn't there, in the mouth of Diego Llorente. So Rayо playing with 10 for the time being. They won't want to make a change. They've just made 2. They do have Dorado, an experienced central defender, only if they're desperate. It's done by Javier. Jozabed in that deeper position. He's played there quite a lot this season, hasn't he? He's switched between the deeper midfield role and the number 10 position. By Lucas Perez, gets it back from Luis Alberto. That's a touch off the defender de Castro. Here's Sydney, loan from Benfica. Lots of players have been in recent years from Deportivo. They've got a better group together this season than many recent seasons in La Liga, when they've been up and down and fighting against relegation. Could still be a relegation battle on for them this year, of course, with the recent form. No foul there. Bit of skill by Luis Alberto, but he didn't work hard enough to stay on his feet.
Admirable though, isn't it, from Paco Gémez to go for it in the manner that he is doing so. It's not a surprise. Regular viewers of our coverage of La Liga.
Oh, he's gone for goal! Oh, and it's just over the top of the bar. And it was canny. No, initially, I think like most people thought he was going to try and pick out Lucas Perez, but he was trying to beat the goalkeeper there.
No doubt whatsoever. This is an attempt at scoring a goal. It's a shot. Wraps his foot around it, but it's not a miss kick. Almost gives it the eyes from 40 yards away to the goalkeeper that he's going to cross the ball. There's that awareness to see the goalkeeper just creeping off his line, and almost had the ability and the skill there to nearly score another marvellous goal for Deport.
Done by Vальекano. Really good run. Really what he's known for is he didn't really make much of an effort to stay on his feet there, did he?
He was desperate for the contact, any contact, and that was going to happen. Which is a shame, because it was a good run, but I think he just knew he wasn't going to be able to get his cross in. Just flops to the ground. There is contact, it's a contact sport, it wasn't a foul.
Got to keep possession there, haven't you? Once you've done the hard bit, beating a couple of players.
Yeah, I think it was going to be hard for him to get the cross. He may just, hold the ball, turn around, lay it back to a player.
Oh, here goes Lucas through the middle. That's good strength by Diego Llorente. He's a much better central defender than he is midfielder.
I actually think that one is a foul. I think the arm comes across. I don't think he's close enough there to be defending the ball. making that type of contact with Lucas Perez.
Now they have a free kick, Deport.
The first offence was clearer than the second one.
Lucas Perez is out there for his left boot. Flick on by Bergantinos.
It's flicked on. Goalkeeper, comfortable save. Still felt the need to lift his leg up. Imagine if a centre-back did that. Hit the ball clear, then lift your leg up, try to kick someone in the chest.
High feet given against Kini.
Just about hung on in there, didn't they, Ryan Vajcano? They were really completely knocked out of it at the start of the second half. Depot got the equaliser and nearly got another goal. Slowly but surely they've eked their way back into the game in terms of possession, attempts on goal. Depot weren't able to keep up that really fast start to the second half. They need a little bit more care, Ryo, in terms of holding onto an onside position.
Goal kick. Perez trying his luck. A quick shot on the turn. Whistles for the goalkeeper again as he takes his time over a goal kick. As he's entitled to do. It's worked though, hasn't it? Because they have rushed Ryo at times. Lucas spins off his defender again. Juan Fran. Luis Alberto, and again for Juan Fran, the defending from Bebe. Corner.
Yeah, Juan Fran has done really well the second half. He's took the initiative, seized the initiative, forced Bebe into almost playing left back.
Baja's corner. Rodriguez's header. Miku's header, I should say. Now Juan Fran. Good pressing by Raya. Manu Fernandez desperate for Deport to win. But his mistake gave Raya the second goal. Cani. Luis Alberto. Alex Bergantinos. Didn't get many goals, Alex Bergantinos. Didn't get one against Barcelona. And here's an opportunity for Javi Guerra to get forward. Mickey wants it in the middle. Javi Guerra used his teammate as a decoy. He's given it away to win this. A little pull there, isn't it, by the Moroccan Baja and Tito.
Tito does as well there. There's a clear foul. And the Baja. Neither team are content with a draw, are they? Well, that's why it's going to be an exciting final 20 minutes of the game.
Guerra. Ribas wins the battle. Attacking change coming for Deportivo. Jonathan Rodriguez, the Uruguayan international. The one on loan from Benfica. Oh, this is Tito coming on as well, isn't it? So recently signed. I'm down as number 10, but he's not number 10, is he? He's got a 12. on his back. 34-year-old Pity.
He replaced the 30-year-old Pablo Hernandez. It was quite an obvious swap if Paco Jimenez wanted to get Pity onto the field of play.
Had a brilliant last season with Raiо, where he scored 18 goals. Never quite recreated that at Granada. He's come back 3 years older. Recover a little bit of magic. Here's Faja, though. It's about 20 minutes to go in this game. The teasing ball. The goalkeeper decided to kick that away. Wasn't out of the coaching manual, that particular move. Bebe dispossessed by Faja. There's Alberto, tries to get the back heel through to Lucas. And his challenge to Lucas. Eventually he couldn't control it. Miku's header. Unfran, Faja to the legs of the defender that time. Panicky from Tito. Good determination by Alberto. Two players ready to close it down as it goes to the goalkeeper. Javiguera on, but he found Bebe on a touch around the corner and a chance to run through on goal for Javiguera. Mosquera was back, and he needed to be as well to save Deportivo.
Javiguera is trying really hard to get onto his right foot, and it does allow time for the defence of Deportivo to get back. Really good touch from Miku. Good evening's work from Kenny.
Good send off as well for the veteran Jonathan Rodriguez. We saw getting ready minutes ago, coming on. The stop-start time. Scored yet in Spanish football. Jonathan Rodriguez, one international goal. A bit of competition up front for Uruguay. Javiguera goes to Josebed. Pity, nicely done. Now Sydney. Baena. Short-handed at the back, Deportivo. Juan Fran. Yeah, player on the side of him before he headed that back. Faja. The concern for Deportivo that they might just have blown themselves out. The last two games were draws against Real Sociedad and Valencia. They don't play for draws, do they? But ended up with too many.
It was a 93rd minute equaliser, wasn't it, for Valencia from Negredo. Denied Deportivo all 3 points.
Here's Baena. Miku. Javiguera couldn't control it, but they have it back again. Bebe. Look to see if he could get a shot away. It's his first instinct all the time.
Well, I hoped it was going to be exciting. At the moment, it's got just really untidy from both teams. They're giving everything they've got to try and get the next goal. Too frantic at the moment.
I wonder whether Deportivo might have blown themselves out a little bit.
Yep. I think they went for leather at the start of the second half. It paid off with the equaliser. At that stage of the game, we thought it was going to be a question of time when they took the lead and got the third goal. Said good character, good personality from Raiо Vallejano. Made sure they dug in and stayed in the game at that particular period. And now it really could go either way.
Jonathan helps it on. Llorente. Go back to the goalkeeper. It was convincing. It wasn't a good pass, was it? Forced Llorente wide, but they had Bozabed dropping into that defensive midfield hole, and Baena to Bebe, one-on-one with Juanfran. Stuck with it, Juanfran, but at the expense of a corner.
Change around in Marcus now for Deport. Can be a problem when the substitutions have been made. Vallejano now bigger centre forward playing alongside Miku.
Big man taking the corner, and Bebe. Well held, ready around him as well. He attempted to take that. Manu Fernandez.
It's good goalkeeping, decisive goalkeeping. Appreciated by his teammates. A little bloke for his troubles.
Tito, so just checked to get in on his right side. Second position of the night, second not natural position of the night really. Keeney, the right back, short off Sydney. Another corner for Raio Vallejano, who are in the ascendancy at the moment.
Just watching Bebe, who looks tired and didn't make much effort on the last attack to actually run with the ball. Wanted to just get it to feet, hold on to it, and just signal for someone else to go and take the corner, because it was a 50-yard run across the pitch to take it. Gives himself an opportunity in the box. He's just outside. We know he likes to wait for a knockdown.
And left-footed in-swinger from PT. Touch on that. Isaac Castro's never scored for Raio Vallejano. Pounding, Paco Jimenez. Need to win, a big win would have potentially taken them up to 14th. It's really close at the bottom of La Liga. Miku against Sydney. He demands the throw, doesn't get it. Draw would drag them up. Little teeth, so still in drop zone. How close it is, isn't it? Betis 14th with 22, down to Granada with 20. And 19th at the moment as it stands. Could change yet though. Here's Jonathan. Ball cross.
Needs a little bit of guile, doesn't it, from either of the two teams. You might have just lost that in a little bit in Candy, in particular for substituted for Deport.
Pleasure. Flicked out of his feet. Another interception. Just saw the stat there for Llorente. That's another one. Picks up to a dozen. And a misdirected pass. Fascia. Square to Juanfran. Bergantinos. In his natural game to go charging forward. And Javi Guerra, in his natural game to track him back. It's the last 10 minutes, there will be a couple added on. I believe those distance covered stats and Raiо have been working hard. Well, here's a chance to break through for then. He wasn't offside. Thought he might have been able to try and keep that ball.
Yeah, I know. I think he must be thinking he is going to be called offside there. It's a strange way to deal with this through ball. Just played onside, isn't he? One defender on the right-hand side of Ray's defence was slow to get out. It was a strange attempt from Jonathan Rodriguez to get something on that. See, he was trying to flick it on past the goalkeeper.
Another interception from Diego Llorente. Arribas given away. Bebe. It's good work by Arribas. In the back, he'll keep it in play, take a little gamble. Good play off now, PT. Oh, lovely skills. Finishes it off with a good pass as well, doesn't he, to get his team up the pitch. Bebe. He's getting tired, Bebe, isn't he? There's no way out of the game for him now.
The sign of a tired player where he didn't want to actually drive forwards with the ball there, didn't he? Wanted to just move the ball on quick up, get the ball into the box. It wasn't an ideal angle.
A collision between the two players. Navarro has come down holding his throat, chin. He had a look, didn't he?
It'd be interesting to see actually what made contact, which part of Peter's body made contact with Fernando Navarro, where Navarro was actually hurt. It's back to chest, I think. Navarro was holding his chin and just made a recovery.
So Castro's flicked that backwards. Llorente doesn't trust the ball back to the keeper. Well, Ribas only just got that under his control in time. Bergantinos. Juanfran trying to exploit the tired legs of Bebe. Goal kick.
Victor Sanchez might be considering another change. We haven't seen too much impact yet from Jonathan Rodriguez. Important in this situation, I think, to try and make the most of your substitutes. Use all three available in an attempt to freshen things up, keep the energy up, try and win the game. Riera on the bench, Jonas Gutierrez. Other options, attacking options.
Good play by Lucas, got it out to Luis Alberto, and gone chasing after the return pass as well. He's deflected. Corner.
This looks better pair, isn't it, at the back? Jose Castro and Diego Llorente. Good defending there from Jose Castro, tracked the run. Lunging challenge at the right time.
Tired play all round, Faja. Back was actually on to Lucas Perez. Kind of player who does look for those. Luis Alberto. Another bite of this. Faja back over the top to Luis Alberto. What a chance. It was the opening they've been trying to carve out.
Makes really good contact with a finish, which is possibly the most difficult aspect of this skill. But with good contact, he didn't make sure he hit the target. Had the power. A couple of options: open his body up, side foot it towards the far post, or a traditional volley, head over the ball. Hope for power. But Juan Carlos was at least going to be forced into making a save there. Skill though from Faja.
minutes away from yet another draw for Deportivo. A dozen.
Is it a cautious approach that's stopping Victor Sanchez in making another change? Hence why they've drawn so many games. You get to this stage, it's a question of do you go all out for the win, risk defeat? We know that Paco Gemes has done over the years.
Essentially, you could say a lack of faith in the players that he's got available. Oriol Riera is a striker, isn't he? A centre forward who's sitting on the bench. Hasn't scored in La Liga so far, Oriol Riera, this season. It's another one of those players had a spell playing in England that didn't work out for him at Wigan. Sure it did financially, but not in terms of career development. There's Juan Fran. Faja's managed to stay onside. They're caught out here potentially by Vallejano, who put the cross in early. Baena was back in a good position. Argentinos to Juan Fran. Faja's got space again. There's Alberto right over on the far side of the pitch, but didn't have the range. Don't seem to find him. Was a bed. The pity, can't control it. Bond villain is looking angry.
Well, you could, if you were being critical of Victor Sanchez, say that maybe the link between Bergantinos and Mosquera, that could have been freshened up, couldn't it, with maybe to be more offensive. Predominantly holding midfield players, very similar. Relinquish one of those and maybe put, I don't know, whether it's Alberto or Faja back into the centre of midfield, bring on another striker. Just to show winning, really, and then just to keep the energy levels up. You only use the one sub. So we'll start off the second half at a ferocious pace, which lasted for about 15 or 20 minutes. That was when it probably needed to freshen up, to keep that pace up, because it was clearly troubling Ryo.
Here's Faja. Smashed it against him from close range there. Mosquera. Another interception from Llorente. Really well since switching back to central defence. For a throw.
Bebe's now finally moving over to the right side of attack, and say right side of attack, it's all hands to the pump, helping now. He does his utmost to keep his arms as close to his body as possible. They're not outstretched, are they, trying to block anything?
Navarro. Last minute of the 90. Jonathan Rodriguez, precious to the Deportivo players, just clipped Zé Castro. Paco Gemes didn't get many draws. They're only 6 points away from home this season, so dare to suggest he should be pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I would imagine before the game a point. Picked up a point at Valencia, 3 points last week. If they can hold on for another point, not that they're making any intention to hold on. If it does remain on level, it represents a decent little run and an improvement from Rayo Vallejano.
3 minutes of added time. Still battling away. Jonathan Rodriguez is a trier. Don't see much subtlety, invention from him really yet in his cameo appearances. Suddenly came there, didn't he? He's come back onto the pitch to nurse his wound, which is the first actual bit of time wasting we've seen from Raiо Vallecano. Sure, it hurt, but it hurts in there, doesn't it?
Yeah. It just stands on him, doesn't it?
To win it yet, Raiо Vallecano. It's a blow for Deportivo. Looks like another game without victory for them. Titi, elbows going again. And the ball. Calling his teammates forward to try and win this back high up the pitch. Castro should be easy enough for the goalkeeper. His mistake will prove to be costly. And this, he can grab dramatic winner. Pity. No flag against Valdivia because the goalkeeper got there first and cleared. There is a flag at the other end. Tired players now offside both ends.
I think both teams could be accused of just running out of steam. It's been a while since we've had a clear-cut chance. No real goal-worth action from Raiо in the second half. Kenny went close, didn't he, with that long-range effort that went over the bar. And
there's Bebe. Not done yet. Just carry that out of play. No, it's a corner. Chance here for Raio Vallecano. The referee going to give them time to take it. Won't be happy in the Raiо. They were demanding was added on, of course, their home supporters. They've got to spend the added time on added time. Defending a corner as Raio Vallecano trying to win the game. They've got the flick on first. Now Luis Alberto is going to allow the counter-attack to go. A little shove there by Diego Llorente. Full time would be the diplomatic course now for the referee. And that's what he's given. Time up, draw between two teams who've given everything they've got tonight. With terrifically entertaining first hour of this game. Got a little ragged towards the end. Brilliant goal by Faisal Fasha was enough to give Deportivo a draw. Not done yet. Because the anger, the bad blood still goes on. And Lucas Perez leading the accusations against the Raio Vallecano players here. And hopefully these shoves and hard words will turn to handshakes and hugs. And they do. Let's have a just little look at what happened at the end. It's the shove there, isn't it?
Yep, and there's another incident off the ball as well, 10 yards away, where another two players went down. But that was the incident there. Lucas Perez was just not particularly angered with Llorente, who's more frustrated with the referee.
But that was full time. It is all over. And a draw at the Raiо. Final score Deportivo 2, Raio Vallecano 2.